Welcome to the Explainer. So, you're in a field like chartered accountancy. What's the thing that really separates the good from the great? I'll give you a hint. It's not just about being the fastest number cruncher in the room. Nope, it's a secret weapon, and it's all about understanding the people behind those numbers. All right, so let's just get this out of the way first. We've all got this image in our heads, right? The accountant, kind of siloed off, buried in spreadsheets, basically a human calculator where logic is the only thing that matters. But you know the reality today? It's completely different. We're talking about being a trusted advisor, someone who can actually navigate all the messy human stuff. It's about realizing that empathy, well, that's real power.
So yeah, in this first section, we're going to tackle that myth head on. Let's talk about why your technical chops are really just the price of admission and what actually makes you successful today.
Look, nobody's saying your skills in financial analysis or auditing aren't important. They're absolutely crucial. But think of them like this. They get you in the door. They get you a seat at the table. But what lets you lead that room? That comes down to the human skills. Building real relationships, navigating those tough client conversations, and actually managing a team well. That's what takes your career to the next level.
Okay, so if these human skills are the real game changer, how do we get better at them? Well, that's what we're getting into next. There's actually a powerful and totally learnable framework for mastering the human side of the job.
And what is this secret weapon we're talking about? It's emotional intelligence, or you'll hear it called EI. It was really made famous by Daniel Goleman. And at its core, it's just the ability to recognize and manage your own emotions, and then to understand and influence the emotions of other people. You can almost think of it as a different kind of smart, one that goes way beyond just book smarts or pure intellect.
And the really cool thing about EI is that it's not just some fuzzy, abstract idea. It's actually broken down into 5 core skills that you can totally build up. It all starts with number 1, self-awareness, just understanding what's going on inside your own head. Then you can move to self-regulation, controlling how you react. That helps fuel your motivation. And see, once you've kind of got your own house in order, then you can look outward. That's where empathy comes in, understanding others. And finally, you use your social skills to manage relationships. It's like a complete toolkit for dealing with people.
Okay, enough theory. This is where the rubber meets the road. Let's see what EI actually looks like in some real-world, day-to-day situations.
So what's the actual difference in practice between someone with high EI and someone with low EI? Let's walk through a classic, pretty high-stakes scenario, one I bet a lot of you have been in before.
Man, this table just says it all, doesn't it? Picture this. You have to give a client some really bad financial news. The person with low EI, they just walk in and dump the data. Technically, they did their job, but it's completely tone deaf, right? It totally ignores the fear and anxiety the client is feeling, and that can really break trust. But the high EI pro, they do something different. They start by offering support. They listen. They get that you have to connect with the person before you can start solving the problem. And that is how you build trust that lasts a lifetime.
And it's the exact same story when it comes to leading a team. Think about a stressful audit. The leader with low EI just keeps their head down, pushing for the deadline, completely ignoring the tension building up in the team. Disagreements just bubble under the surface, morale tanks, and the work suffers. But a high EI leader? They're tuned in. They can sense the stress. They actually stop and create space for people to talk, to resolve conflicts. They make sure everyone feels heard. And what happens? You get better teamwork, better morale, and frankly, a much better final product.
Let's be real. The life of a chartered accountant is incredibly demanding. So now, let's talk about how EI gives you the tools to not just get through all that pressure, but to actually thrive in it.
Now, this is maybe the most important part. Emotional intelligence is not something you're just born with. It's a muscle. You can train it. You want to work on your self-awareness? Try journaling to figure out what sets you off. Need better self-regulation? Things like mindfulness or even just deep breathing can make a huge difference when you're under pressure. See, these aren't just big ideas. They're practical things you can do every day to get better.
And this whole idea of emotional balance, it's not some new corporate buzzword. It's actually rooted in really ancient wisdom. The source material points to concepts like Navrasa from India, which is this incredible framework of 9 core human emotions. It's just a great reminder that figuring out our full emotional range, from joy to anger and everything in between, has always been the secret to achieving balance and true mastery.
All right, let's pull all these threads together. Let's look at the big picture takeaway. What does it really mean to be an elite professional right here, right now?
So it really boils down to this simple equation. Your technical skills, that's your ticket to the game. But when you add emotional intelligence to that, that's when you become something truly special. I mean, think about it. In a world where AI is getting better and better at automating the routine stuff, what's left? Your humanity. Your ability to connect, to empathize, to lead. That's what makes you irreplaceable. This combination, this is the blueprint for the elite professional of the future.
So we're going to leave you with this one last thought to chew on. As the whole profession keeps changing and evolving, mastering this human element, it isn't just some soft skill. Let's stop calling it that. It is your ultimate competitive advantage. Your expertise is what got you here, no doubt about it. But the real question is, what are you going to build next to define your future?